Hello, everybody. Welcome to Visual Communication and Media. My name is Adam Rozeski. It's a pleasure to see each and every one of you. By the way, this is Carson. Carson,
No.
say hi.
Hi.
So we thought we'd introduce y'all to week 2 this week of what's going on. So last week we talked about sensory perception, or sensory communication, and how the responses and visuals are built to trigger specific senses and responses during those images. For example, like nonverbal communication, color. What's a good color, Carson?
Black.
That's a good one. Yeah, black has emotion too. What else? We also did talk about lines. We talked about balance in other ways, including asymmetrical and symmetrical balance. And we talked about the history of visual communication. Now we're going into the second response type, which is perception. Now, perception matters depending on a lot of different things. And you'd be surprised a lot because we learn a lot of what we can see in different cultures and everything really surprisingly within 0 to 6 ages. And for example, my son Carson right here, he's 3. I have to be careful what I say around him and everything because he just takes in everything he wants, right, Carson?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that really matters with a lot of things. So you got to be careful because our perceptions are shaped at a very young age based upon who we live with and who we hang out with and all the different areas. And it matters what we teach our kids and what we teach everybody else. And when we get older, it definitely matters in the fact where our cognitive experiences and what we see in culture shapes our decisions a lot of times and shapes how we view things. And that's why a lot of places where people in different areas of the world see things differently than how we view it in a lot of ways. So, and images are built to trigger those perceptions. So we're going to talk about perception for 2 weeks. We're going to talk about it this week and next week. We're going to focus on cultural perception, cognitive memories, and businesses and culture this week, while next week we're going to talk about semiotics and the study of signs, icons, and logos, and how the stimuli gets affected by it. But overall, perception is just the organization, identification, and interpretation of sensory information in order to represent and understand that presented information or environment based upon our cultures and also based upon what we see in media and everything else in our world today. It affects how we view things and live things a lot. So this week we're going to focus on the top 3. We're going to focus on cultures, cognitive memories. Yeah, I know. And businesses and culture. But other than that, that's all we got. So keep in mind we have lecture tonight at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. I'll see everybody there. Link is posted on the announcements page. Also, keep in mind you have your discussion post that's due on Tuesday. So remember, we have a full week now. So Tuesday is when everything starts, okay? Other than that, that's all I got. So be safe, have fun, enjoy. I hope to see everybody soon. Have a good one. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to holler. Please take a look at the announcements, see anything new. But other than that, see you all later. Carson, want to say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Good job. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Take it easy. See you on lecture.